Hi, it's Yvette from Ant Healing and Wellbeing. Today I want to share with you an excerpt from an amazing book that I've been reading for a few months now. Voyagers, The Secrets of Amenti, and it's the second edition, volume 2. This was recommended to me by my good friend and colleague Laura Whitworth, and it's incredible. It's just incredible. The author, Ashayana Deane, she actually channeled the Guardians of Alliance. It looks as if it was the book was actually written, or the transmission was in 1998. And I know that this book has been out of print for a long time, but the information in here is just incredible. It's wonderful. So the small part that I want to share with you are the field techniques. There's 4 field techniques that the Guardian Alliance suggest that we should do in order to rebuild our DNA, and say that this is essential, of course, to move into the 5th dimension. It helps accelerate that process. So I know that many of you will find this really, really interesting. It does sound quite technical in places, but I think if you were to listen to it a few times over and over, that process would get much, much easier. Please forgive me, there are some words that I haven't seen before in here, and I do hope I'm pronouncing them properly, but please forgive me if not. And I just hope that you enjoy them and that many of you are able to use these field techniques in order to accelerate that process of rebuilding those DNA strands, if indeed they haven't happened already. So just remember, this book, is, a little bit dated, but still very pertinent. So grab a cup of tea, if that's what you like to do while you're listening. Okay, so the first technique, I'll just put my glasses down. Sorry if there's any reflection on there, but... So, field technique 1 is an exercise to release crystallized thought patterns from DNA and cellular memory imprint. By moving the focus of your conscious attention into a slower moving pulsation pattern, you will be able to release the thought patterns stored within your cells. When you relax your mental focus and slow your heart and breathing rates, your consciousness expands and begins to pulsate faster, while the pulsation rhythm of your body's particles slows. From this quickened state of consciousness, you can then consciously shift the particle pulsation speed of your awareness into very slow pulsation rhythms. First, you will visualize moving your consciousness through a dark tunnel with a bright light at its end. The same effect as in a near-death experience, which occurs for the following reason. Moving into the light represents the quickening of the particle pulsation rhythm of your consciousness, for which you are aiming in this exercise. You perceive the dark tunnel as your consciousness moves from its D4 pulsation rhythm through the 90-degree shift in angular rotation of particle spin that exists between D4 and D5 frequency bands, and into the faster pulsation rhythm of D5 frequency. The light at the end of the tunnel represents the collective reality fields of the D5 frequency bands, and the D5 consciousness contained there within, as viewed in condensed form by consciousness stationed in lower dimensions. One moves closer to the light as the particle pulsation rhythm of the consciousness accelerates to the rhythm of the D5 frequency bands. The light will appear to take a spherical form like a blazing sun as the consciousness nears the D5 pulsation rhythm. One merges with the light, then the consciousness has reached D5 pulsation rhythm. This is the process you will encounter after death. But it can be used consciously while you are in the body for many different purposes. When you perceive the light, you are seeing the 5th dimension. Once visualizing yourself in the light, submerge yourself within it and feel that light moving through every cell in your body, Imagine it moving through your DNA. This raises the pulsation rhythm of the body's particles by infusing them with the D5 frequency patterns carried by your accelerated consciousness, bringing what is stored within the cells closer to that range of conscious perception. When you view your body from the D5 state of consciousness, you will notice areas of the body that appear quite light-filled and others that appear dark. The dark areas represent parts of the body in which slower, pulsating particles are stored. The dark area are the karmic imprints you seek to release. Next, move your attention into one of the dark areas as fully as possible. Feel its sensation and become aware of the pulsation rhythm of the energies in the internal space. It will have a distinct feel of rhythm that you can detect if you move your attention into it. Become aware of the difference between the pulsation rate of your consciousness and that of the dark area. Then consciously slow the pulsation rate of your consciousness to match that of the dark area. Feel yourself moving down into the blackness of the dark space, slowing the rhythm of your consciousness, spreading out and becoming one with that area. As you proceed to move your consciousness into the area, you will feel a distinct sensation of the stopping of expansion. This occurs when your consciousness has fully expanded itself into the morphogenic field of that dark area thought form. You have become one with that thought pattern. You are the pattern. You do not have to identify the contents of the thought pattern in order to release it, though you may begin to receive ideas, images, or even emotional qualities from that thought form as you proceed through this exercise. Let the impressions pass by your attention and keep focused on the exercise. In merging your awareness with the dark thought form, you have moved the station of your consciousness from the D4 level through the D5 level and down into the frequency band in which that thought form originated. You have entered its source of creation and merged your identity with that of the identity who created the pattern. You have become the creator of the thought pattern. Being its creator, you can now change it. And here there's a note from the author. Having the ability to consciously shift your entire awareness into the D5 level is an attribute of complete fifth DNA strand assembly and activation, which most humans do not yet possess. When you use your present imagination to create the inner experience of this merger, you actually accelerate the assembly of strands 4 and 5 and rapidly increase your accretion level. The more you practice such exercises, the more your awareness will be able to access the D5 pulsation rhythm, which will make the D5 merger progressively more tangible and real in terms of physical perception and embodiment of D5 frequency. Any exercises that mentally take you into the light will do this for you. So I guess those meditations that we do and have been doing for a long time, where we take ourselves into the light and draw light into us, these are all helping enormously, which is fantastic news. Once you have become one with the crystallized thought form, sense the shape and boundaries of its energy structure. It will have a form and structure of energy that you can feel out with your consciousness. Feel your awareness expand into every layer of the energy form, as if you are filling a balloon with water or a box with sand, until you can feel your consciousness take up every inch of area within the structure of the thought form. Once you feel completely expanded into the thought form, begin to create it. Call the light to yourself. Imagine that you can see the light streaming in from a beam above you, as if there was a sun positioned above, your consciousness. Breathe light from that sun into your consciousness and feel it make the pulsation rhythm of the thought form and your consciousness move faster. See the dark area that is presently you become more and more light-filled. Begin to hear the sound pitch of the energy in the thought form and hear its frequency raise as more and more light enters the thought form. Allow the sound and sensation of expanding light to fill your entire consciousness and continue to draw light in until you sense a distinct stop to the sensation of light expanding. The thought form has now reached its maximum holding capacity for UHF energy. Now, imagine that the sun above you is moving down into your consciousness and the thought form. When the sun enters the thought form explodes and the crystalline energy substance of which its morphogenic field was made literally blows apart. The thought form no longer exists as a reality within your body or consciousness. Its particles of energy substance have been released. The energy reality of this process is that of using inner light visualizations to guide UHF sound patterns into a thought form morphogenic field. The UHF sound patterns literally shatter the energy structure of the thought form, breaking apart the crystallization of slower, pulsating energy particles, just as certain tones of sound can cause a glass to shatter in the physical world. Through engaging in this process, you are literally merging the slower pulsating, crystallized particles with their antiparticles through the thought form of the sun that you created during visualization. That sun image translates through your body consciousness as D5 through D8 frequency. The frequency bands of transmutation through which particles and antiparticles merge. When you merge multidimensional particles and antiparticles, you create photons. Through this exercise, you have created a burst of photonic energy within the frequency bands in which the thought form crystallization had been. To conclude this exercise, focus upon the image of the sun causing the thought form to explode. Imagine that you can feel this explosion within your body as a sudden burst of energy that runs through your cells from the area in the body where the dark area had been. Visualize this occurring and see the dark area is now filled with radiating light. You may not have to imagine the sensation of energy rushing through you at all, for this is the energetic reality of what is taking place. The degree to which you can sense this energy release will depend upon how sensitized your neurological structure is to the high frequency energy. This sensitivity will increase the more you engage your consciousness in activities such as this exercise. Exercises like this activates dormant DNA codes, which program the body to build new neuro passageways and nerve endings. This increases the body's ability to sense subtle energies and expand the perceptual range of consciousness while it is focused in the body. As you visualize photonic light running through your body, consciously guide that light directly into the DNA while holding the intention that the body will use this energy to accelerate the DNA building process under the direction of the soul matrix identity. Visualize minute photonic particles moving into and adhering to the double helix DNA strand until you perceive all of the light particles that were released as merging with your DNA. Complete the exercise by visualizing your consciousness returning into the bright light sun. Then move your awareness backwards through the dark tunnel until it is focused in your present moment station of consciousness. Fabulous. So that's field technique 1. I'm just going to have a quick sip of tea. We'll do technique 2. So field technique 2. So field technique 2 is the Maharic seal, and I do hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Maharic seal. The teachings of the Azurite Temple are vested in the law of one. That comes up a lot, doesn't it? The interconnection and interdependence of all dimensions of reality and the living God or spirit alive within all things. All Azurite Temple teachings are state-of-the-art and specifically acknowledged the scientific energetic foundations of oneness, together with clear emphasis on the unification of science with spirit, the Christos within, and the absolute association with esoteric metaphysical order. The practical purpose of these teachings is to truly free and empower all, through expanded consciousness, and educate enlightenment, through which reverence, respect, love, and cooperative co-creation are fostered within the global community. These perspectives fully embrace geophysical planetary healing as an intrinsic consequence of personal alignment and expansion. The personal planetary technique given here is a keystone tool of such importance that it is made freely available to everyone. Like all temple techniques and tools, the Maharic seal is grounded firmly in universal, unified field physics, ancient macabre mechanics, and matter template science, aka the divine blueprint. These techniques are known as bioregenesis technologies, which were once common knowledge taught in the pre-ancient mystery schools of advanced human cultures. These were regarded as standard, as well as essential daily practices. The Maharic seal, like all bioregenesis technologies, implies application of specific conscious energy directed to and within the core manifestation template of the body. This technique directly activates the specific mathematical geometrical relationship within and between the angelic human and the planetary organic evolutionary blueprint, utilizing the hydroplasmic frequencies of the 10th, 11th and 12th dimensions Mahara current. The Maharic current was fully re-anchored on this planet for the first time in about 210,000 years at the GRU-AL point Sarasota FL Signet 2 point of the planetary Templar grid on May the 5th, year 2000. The Maharic seal is a major tool by which the purpose, intention, awareness and effect of the angelic human can be significantly accelerated in a genuine, substantial and high impact fashion. And so there's just an image there of the planetary grid. Actually, that's the personal and planetary Maharic shield chart. Okay, so it said regular use of the Maharic seals will begin the process of activating the 8th through to the 12th chakras of the personal Katara grid, assist the opening of the crystal seals in the body, which otherwise block DNA activation. So we need to get rid of those, don't we, and definitely open those up. Open the planetary biofield interface within the personal body, enabling the body vehicle to become a truly effective tool for lasting planetary grid and sacred site work. Trigger DNA activation, which progressively and automatically activate the full macabre. Enable healers to transmit 12D frequency subharmonics, providing more powerful, longer lasting, often permanent healing facilitation, free of personal and client energetic field distortions. Protect users from disharmonic energies associated with channeling, healing, astral projection, and other means of personal field infiltration. Assist indigo type 2 children anchor the high frequencies which cause fractious behaviour, administered via a parent. Amplify the results of spiritual focused activity. Harmonise personal and environmental energies. Create morphogenic repatterning, clearing karmic, miasmic imprints which otherwise block DNA activation, and the attainment of true consciousness expansion and full embodiment of the Christos principle. Realign, revitalise and regenerate all aspects of the physical and subtle body systems. Trigger activation of the 11th and 12th subharmonics in every DNA strand, which assists correction of code reversal and the effects of interaction with other code mutated partners. Prepare and equip practitioners to receive and hold the increasing flow of high frequency energies flowing into the planetary grids and personal morphogenic fields arising from the intensifying stellar activation cycle now underway. It just put in brackets that stellar cycle was underway 2000 to 2017, so we of course know that that has taken place and we are where we are now. So the temporary Maharic seal technique steps. This is a short version of the Maharic seal biofield clearing, alignment and protection technique from the Katara Bio-Spiritual Healing System program. For temporary restoration and maintenance of personal biofield integrity and physical revitalization. Prior to use, read through the steps and practice the visualization, the sequence slowly for familiarity. Firstly, imagine the two-dimensional image of a macabre star or six-pointed Star of David in the colour of pale silver, as if the image is drawn on the black background on the inside of your forehead. This image represents a composite scalar wave pattern, Keylontic symbol code called the Hierophant. Its colour denotes a frequency spectra of the 11th and 12th dimensions, and its form, combined with these colour frequencies, represents the control code of the 12th dimension frequency band. It is the key code to unlock the 12th dimension Maharic shield in the personal and planetary scalar grids. Inhale while visualizing the Hierophant symbol at the center of the brain in the pineal gland. Exhale while using the exhale breath to firmly move the Hierophant down the central vertical body current, energy current in the center of the body, then out between the legs and straight down into the earth's core, your 13th chakra. Inhale while imagining that you can see at Earth's core a huge disc-shaped crystalline platform of pale silver light that extends outward on a horizontal plane through the entire body of the Earth and out into the atmosphere. Visualize the Hierophant suspended in the center of the disc. This image represents the planetary Maharic shield, the scalar wave grid composed of dimension 10, 11, 12 frequency, with the Hierophant key code positioned to activate the planetary shield. Then exhale, while pushing your breath outward into the Earth's Maharic shield, imagining as you exhale that the force of the breath has made the Earth's Maharic shield begin to spin. Then inhale, using the inhale breath to draw pale silver light from Earth's spinning Maharic shield into the Hierophant positioned at the center of the planetary shield. And exhale, using the exhale breath to push the pale silver light throughout the entire Hierophant, making the Hierophant glow and pulsate with pale silver light. Then inhale, imagine that the glowing pale silver Hierophant momentarily flashes crimson red and returns to pale silver. Then use the inhale breath to draw the Hierophant vertically up from its position at Earth's core to a position 12-inch below your feet, the position of your dormant personal Maharic Shield scalar wave grid. As you inhale the Hierophant upwards from the Earth's core, imagine that it trails a thick cord of pale silver light behind it. One end of the silver cord remains attached to the Earth's core, the other attached to the Hierophant. The cord represents an energy feed line through which you will draw energy up from the Earth's Maharic Shield into your personal Maharic Shield. Then exhale, with your attention on the Hierophant position 12-inch below your feet, and use the exhale breath to push a burst of pale silver light outwards on a horizontal plane from the Hierophant. Imagine that a disc-shaped crystalline platform of pale silver light, about 4 feet in diameter, extends on a horizontal plane 12-inch beneath your feet around the Hierophant at its center. The image represents your personal Maharic Shield. Then inhale, while using the inhale breath to draw more pale silver light up through the pale silver cord from Earth's core into the Hierophant at the center of your personal Maharic Shield. And then exhale, using the exhale breath to push the pale silver light from the Hierophant out into the Maharic Shield. Imagine that your Maharic Shield now pulsates as it fills with the pale silver light from Earth's core. Then inhale, again drawing more pale silver light up from Earth's core through the pale silver cord into the Hierophant, and imagine the pale silver cord expanding to 4 feet in width, forming a pillar of silver light running up from the Earth's core directly into your 4-foot diameter Maharic Shield. And then exhale, again using the exhale breath to push pale silver light from the Hierophant outward into your Maharic Shield, while imagining that your Maharic Shield takes on a life of its own, the disc suddenly folding upwards with a popping sensation to form a 4-foot diameter pillar of pale silver light all around and running through your body. Then inhale, imagining that the inhale breath draws the pale silver light from the pillar, encasing the body into every body cell. Sense the tingling feeling as the pale silver light moves through the physical body. Then exhale, imagining that you can feel the energy of the pale silver expanding into every cell of the body and then outward into the body, into the biofield. Then breathe naturally for a minute or two as the feeling of the pale silver light moves through you, while sensing the energy presence of the Maharic Seal pale silver pillar 4 feet around your body. The more time you spend breathing and sensing the energies, the more dimension 10, 11, 12 frequency you are drawing into your pillar, which will increase the length of time the Maharic Seal pillar will remain in your biofield. Return your attention to the Hierophant still positioned 12-inch below your feet. And inhale, using the inhale breath to draw the Hierophant up through your central vertical body current, then out the top of your head, the 7th crown chakra, to a point about 36 inches above the head, the 14th chakra. And then exhale forcefully, using the exhale breath to rapidly expand the Hierophant outward on a horizontal plane to the 14th chakra, until the Hierophant suddenly disappears from view with a mild popping sensation. And then breathe normally while visualizing for a moment a brilliant 4-foot pale silver pillar of light extending from Earth's core upwards, fully encasing your body and extending far above the head into Earth's atmosphere and to a single star of pale blue light far off in deep space. Your Maharic shield is now temporarily activated, and your Maharic seal pillar is temporarily manifest within your biofield. The Maharic seal will remain in your biofield anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour at first. The more this exercise is practiced, the longer the pillar will remain. For quick reinforcement of the Maharic seal, once the process has been run within 24 hours, simply imagine a spark of pale silver light at the pineal gland. Exhale it rapidly down to Earth's core and imagine the Earth's Maharic shield spinning. Call to mind the pale silver cord and inhale the 4-foot diameter cord all the way up around you, forming the pillar, attaching it out in deep space to the star of pale blue light. The short version of this technique provides a manually created temporary Maharic seal in your biofield and requires manually resetting every 24 hours, with frequent reinforcement during the day. Using and practicing the full version of this technique as described in the Katara Bio Spiritual Healing System, Level 1, Maharic recording process will progressively program the cellular memory of the body to hold the Maharic seal for prolonged periods of time. With consistent practice of this full technique over an extended period of time, the Maharic seal will function automatically as a permanent fixture within your biofield. In the meantime, the short version of this technique, coupled with reinforcement throughout the day, will provide biofield protection and gentle regenerative core template realignment for all aspects of the physical and subtle energy body systems. It is recommended to use at least the short version of the Maharic seal technique prior to any energy work, channeling, or astral and dream projection. It will not only provide protection from disharmonic energies, it will also amplify the results you desire to gain from these activities. Lovely. So that's field technique 2. And again, that one was quite in depth, I think, compared to these next two. The field technique 3 and 4 are a little bit shorter. So field technique 3 is the Maharic quick seal. So it says to work with a 24-pointed star, a 3-dimensional star hierophant, and be aware that you will be working with beings known as Breno Rishi. And forgive me, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Breno Rishi. Begin by slowing your breathing as you imagine or visualize a 25-point 3-dimensional hierophant at the pineal gland in the center of your brain. Visualize the hierophant surrounded by a pale blue sphere of light. The blue sphere serves as a buffer for your readiness to accept the frequencies associated with using the 24-pointed star. The blue sphere holds the energy for you until your body can handle the energy. If you can handle it, the energy will simply pass through the blue sphere. Inhale, as if you're going to grab the blue sphere containing the 25-point star located at the pineal, and on the exhale, move the 24-point star and the blue sphere all the way down to Earth's core. Try to hear sound tone as the hierophant and the sphere hits the planetary shields. Inhale and draw the hierophant sphere up to your personal Maharic shield, 12-inch below your feet. And exhale while watching the pale silver blue sphere expand out to a large sphere. And watch as your Maharic shield pops out as a disc, about 4 feet in diameter. pale silver with a light coating of pale blue. Bring your attention to the centre of the Maharic shield, 12-inch below your feet, and inhale the 25-point star only up into your heart chakra, and exhale, expanding the frequencies of the 25-point star into the heart chakra. Inhale to grab the 24-point star, and exhale, pushing the star up into the 14th chakra, 36-inch above the head. Imagine that the 24-point star is spinning in a clockwise direction in the 14th chakra. As you do this, try to feel, sense the energy around you, just a few inches out from your body. Now, put your attention into your Maharic shield, 12-inch below your feet. Take a couple of relaxing breaths and inhale deeply, pulling the pale silver and blue energy up, as if you are pulling on your Maharic seal to latch it onto your 14th chakra. Try and feel the sensations just a few inches from your body now. Feel the difference if you can. This procedure gives you a quick seal. Now, envision the cord of pale silver Maharic light that would normally come up with your shield and focus on the earth's core. Begin drawing energy up, all the way up the 4-inch diameter cord and into the body. Inhale the energy up into your heart center and expand it there. Begin to form a pale silver ball of Maharic frequency. On each exhale, send your energy down to the earth's core to bring up another load of Maharic frequency up from the planetary shields. Expand it into the heart center and repeat several times. Notice that the cord grows larger as you do this, expanding from approximately 4-inch to 6 to 8-inch diameter until finally it feels like a skin around, as well as within your body, as you load your astral field with Maharic frequency. Move your attention to the pale silver ball you have created within your heart center. Inhale and move it up to the 14th chakra, 36-inch above your head. As you do, feel the sheath of Maharic frequency encasing your etheric body close to your skin. And just a note from the author here, this Maharic Christos skin charges and saturates your etheric body. Try to feel the peacefulness and all-knowing nature of this frequency. And it says that this is the Earth's Maharic shield, the shield of Aramatina? Aramatina. Fantastic. So that was the third shield technique. Excuse me, I'm starting to lose my voice a bit. Just grab a drink. Okay, so the last and final field technique. So this is the field technique, the Maharata. Okay, glasses down. So anchoring the planetary Christos field, the group Maharic seal, building the Shaddai pillar of first cause, Akatic light. And again, sincere apologies if I pronounced anything there wrong. I'm just saying it as I see it here. So firstly, it says 1 breath plus 3. So we're just doing 1 and then holding. So breath 1, visualize Hierophant symbol code at the pineal gland. Inhale. Then exhale forcefully, moving the symbol code down the central body current and into Earth's core. 3 breaths, so take 3 full breaths, and on each exhale push firmly into the symbol code at the Earth's core, making the symbol code spin, and visualize each breath expanding into a huge spinning disc of pale silver light. In the center of the Earth, the disc spins, moving faster and faster with each breath. 2, 1 breath. On the next inhale, draw the spinning symbol code up to 12-inch below the feet. visualizing a 4-foot diameter tube of pale silver light trailing from Earth's core, following the symbol code. Then exhale and push the spinning disc of pale silver light outwards, 12 inches beneath the feet. This is your personal Maharic shield. Then 3 breaths, so take 3 breaths in, and on each exhale, push the breath outward into the disc, making the disc spin even faster. 3. It says take 1 breath plus 3. So breathe 1. On the inhale, draw a large amount of pale silver energy up through the tube from the Earth's core, and exhale this energy into the Maharic shield disc 12 inches beneath your feet. Visualize the disc popping into a vertical pillar of pale silver light, completely surrounding and penetrating your body while connecting with the silver tube to form a large tube pillar of light extending from the Earth's core up into the Earth's atmosphere to a pale blue speck of light at the center of the sun. Aligns with the ekphatic level of the energy matrix. Visualize your body as being sealed within the silver pillar. This is your personal Maharic seal. 3 breaths, so take 3 breaths in. On the inhale, draw energy up from the Earth's core to the 4th heart chakra. On the exhale, push the breath from the heart chakra into the tube of pale silver light around you. Each breath makes the pillar appear brighter and stronger. And then just a note from the author here, this Maharic Christos skin charges this and saturates your etheric body. Try to feel the peacefulness and all-knowing nature of this frequency. This is Earth's Maharic shield, the shield of Amenti. So she just repeats that again. And again, 1 breath. Take a slow, full inhale, drawing a thick current of energy up from Earth's core to the heart chakra. Then exhale sharply, directing the breath energy to a point at the center of the group circle. And it says that the group circle or into focus object, if one is used. As you exhale, visualize the pillar replicating. 1 pillar remains around you, and another replica expands outwardly around the entire group. And this is your personal field seal. Visualize a large silver disc growing out from the group's center point, 12 inches beneath the surface you are standing on, forming a platform upon which the group stands. This is the group Maharic shield, through which the Shaddai pillar will electromagnetically ground into Earth's Maharic shield. So take 3 breaths, 3 final breaths, and with each one inhale and visualize a stream of pale silver energy coming up through the feet from Earth's core and simultaneously down from the sun through the top of the head. The 2 streams of energy meet to form 1 thick silver stream at the heart chakra. Exhale Maharic frequency into the group center point. So drawing it up from the bottom and from the top heart, and then inhaling it out. After the 3rd energizing breath, simply breathe normally. As each exhale moves energy into the group center point, stand with the group for a few moments and visualize the Shaddai pillar of light emanating from the sun through the group pillar and group Maharic shield and into the Earth core Maharic shield. So I hope you enjoyed listening to those. It's certainly some very in-depth information. As I say, I know that many of my listeners, will get this and will understand the content of it, and many will understand it with ease. I must admit, when I first read it, I've had to read it a few times to understand the techniques. So I thought I would record these for you, just to make it easier to perhaps pop your earbuds in and just listen to that whilst relaxing and follow those instructions. I do definitely recommend, if you can get hold of a copy of this book, it is incredible. It is incredible. There is a first edition, but I definitely recommend the second edition to get this. And I hope you're all staying very happy in extremely high frequency and really healthy. And next week I'm hoping to translate some QHHT sessions for you. Of course, with the current situation, we're not having people come to us for QHHT sessions at the moment, but I have plenty of past QHHT sessions that I've done that I'm incredibly excited to share with you. So sending you a massive wave of love. Namaste.